Yes, sir. We are back in the building. What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? Welcome back to Atlanta Carcast Season 2 episode. I have no idea what episode it is. I am one of your lovely co-hosts. My name is Mr. I go by Mr. And we have the lovely TJ. And is that TJ, y'all? I don't know who that
Yes,
is.
it is.
Who
Yes,
is
it
that? All right.
is.
Lord.
Who's that girl?
Yes.
I don't know who that is. But yeah, we have the even more beautiful TJ, Mr. Skip of Skip's Trophies and More, that provides all of your trophy needs on a weekly basis, week in, week out. And we have the legendary, I'm hearing feedback. We have the legendary Hulk Smash,
What's up?
founder
What's
and
up?
everything, Elite Muscle all day, every day. So what's up, y'all? What's the vibes? How y'all week was?
Hey, man. Let me tell you. Went to South Carolina to a car show / sound competition this weekend and ended up having to judge the show.
Oh, wow.
Met some people that I've judged before at the Nopi competition, and they automatically assumed, since they had been in the Nopi show, which is a lot bigger show, that, hey, we're going to win. We know we're going to win because Skip's here. And there were some nice cars there. There were some real nice cars there, real nicely put together, old schools and everything. And I awarded like I should have. And I got some feedback, and I thought I was going to have to wrestle a little bit. How you feel like my car didn't win? I said, man, look around. I seen all them cars. I won at the other show. Hey,
Damn.
brother, I'm sorry. It's what it is, man. I don't cheat for nobody. I'm sorry. I say, but you can't win them all, man. That's just what it is. Not saying your car's ugly, but look around. I mean, there were some pristine cars there. So, he got over it real quick because I worked my back down and everything was good. Other than that, we set a world record. One of our vehicles set a world record in the sound competition.
Damn.
That's always nice. It's not hard to set those world records because people break them constantly. So we just gained it back temporarily, I think.
Okay.
But other than that, everything is about that life. The realest. What's up? What's up, people? Lady Drill, we see you out there.
About that life is thick in the check.
PC celebrity. What's going on? Okay, then.
Shout out to everybody in chat. And for the one time, if you are watching this broadcast, please share it. Take a moment, hit the share button, share it to your friends as if you're going to be on the show, or if you want to tell somebody's important going to be on the show, because it's going to be a great show tonight, and everybody must see it. So, Hulk, how was your week?
It was uneventful. I didn't do too much anything. I just relaxed.
Uneventful.
Must be nice.
I need a weekend like that. In a couple of weeks, it'll be my birthday week, and I'll be on vacation.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, Miss TJ, how was your weekend?
Yeah.
Well, I'm back in Atlanta. And
you got when you bring the whip? You bring the whip for Mark?
I feel really good to be home.
That's what's up.
Still adjusting to the weather. I haven't been feeling that great. I think it's the change in the temperatures for me. It was a little chilly in Chicago, so coming back here to 80 degrees had my sinuses all messed up. So, but I'm good. I'm happy to be here in my Eddie Murphy Coming to America voice.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's what's up. So yeah, everybody's representing their squad in the chat. We appreciate y'all for joining us. This is going to be several different topics. The title of the show is "Are You Fast Enough to Get Away?" which we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the streets. But before we do that, we want to piggyback off of a topic that we covered in a recent episode. Was that last episode?
Yeah, last week.
Okay, so that was last week when we talked about respecting our elders.
Okay.
And we were really talking about the two governing bodies of the Atlanta car culture. And we got a gentleman that is highly respected and has been spoke of on this show before, but he's first-time guest. And we're going to bring him up first. And we're going to talk about some things. And we see his take on that particular topic of two governing bodies, which is the CCOA, which is the Car Clubs of Atlanta, and the ACC, not the podcast, but the governing body, which is the Atlanta Car Club community.
Community. Yes.
So, everybody, welcome Mr. Nighthawk to the show.
What's up, player?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
I had to put a gun to his head to get on the show. Every time I see him,
What you talking about?
man,
Why we had to drag him in here?
Y'all finally got me. You finally got me.
Man,
Finally got
what's
him on the
happening,
show.
man?
What's going on?
Welcome.
For those who don't know, Mr. Nighthawk is very influential in the culture. He has birthed a club that has, I don't even know what number he's at, but it's got to be possibly close to 100. It seems like
Wow.
At one time, I know they were close. At one time, they was up there. But
They
you
was
know,
knocking on
things
the
happen. Yeah,
True,
but
true.
So, Nighthawk, intro yourself. We want to give you your flowers, but we'll introduce yourself and kind of a little bit about your background.
All right, a little bit about me. I'm Nighthawk. I'm the CEO of About the Life Car Club, also one of the organizers of the CCOA. I've been on the club scene probably a good going on 10 years now. Um, my biggest chapter is in Atlanta. A lot of people know me. I come to the car shows. We come in numbers. A little bit about me is I've been on the scene a long time where it have changed over the years since I first joined the car scene. It's did a like a total 360 of like
Okay.
a lot of the topics that I watch it every week. Like respect your elders and all that. It's a different kind of role when you say respect your elders due to now the elders that was out then is not out now, and a lot of clubs don't know who are the elders. So when you consider
Mm,
an elder club, they might consider, for instance, About Their Life as an elder club, because you got from 15 on up. When my club first came out, it was, back then when I first came on the scene, a lot of people know I came from Changing Lanes. That was a respected club, and still is. That was one of the elder clubs, also considered riding clean, A-Town Riders. That was the clubs I know. So farther from when I started to now, a lot of people does not know, consider who is the elders or who to respect. Like I had to learn when I hit the scene who was the respect. I didn't know who Droger or Big Lack was or none of that until I was
later
riding.
on.
Till
Gotcha.
later on. One day, my club, we came in on Cleveland Avenue, cut Big Lad off. We didn't even know who he was. They said, "Oh,
mm,
you know who that is?" I was like, "No." Once I know who it was, then I had to go back and apologize. For that's one of the elders that was out at the time.
right. So,
So
so this whole two governing bodies, are you for it or against it?
I'm for it.
Okay.
And
And hold on, that's a two-part question.
okay,
If you're for it, do you think we're more effective now as when this first started, or we're in the same place, or is it worse?
it's getting to where it need to be. It's still rocky a little bit, but the form of communication is more than one communication out there for a lot of the clubs to see, instead of just one platform, because one platform is not going to catch what the second platform might catch.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
What y'all got for
That's
So what's
Nighthawk?
that's
what's the
that's how
what's the
I look at it.
what's the difference for a person like me who doesn't know? I'm not in a car club. I'm merely a car aficionado. I don't know the difference between the ACC and the CCOA. So for all those other people who might be listening that don't know what that means, can you kind of tell us what the difference
It's
is?
it's a difference to a certain extent, and it's the same. Yes, we both have. Once upon a time, I was a part of the ACC. I went on the board and everything, but certain stuff is for a season. So I decided to advance on me and two more other people and start, which was the CCOA. And when we started the CCOA, what that was, we went back and target a lot of the older clubs that wasn't wanted to come out to to the ACC events. That was like, nah, I don't want to participate, to make them feel welcome. Because a lot of clubs that was not out, we're starting to see them come back out and come strong now. So our goal was to target the older clubs to get everybody to be back on one of core. It wasn't like to, bash anybody, but sometimes you have to change it up because it's not always going to be the same from when that person originally started, whatever it was.
So
Mhm.
do
Okay.
you, so do you guys hate Skip?
Whoa.
Never gonna hate him.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Oh, my bad. Did I say that out loud? I'm just kidding.
go. Well, all right. Go
No,
ahead and
for
answer that
real. I mean,
question.
some people feel to believe that Skip was a founder of the Atlanta Car Club community, and then the CCOA was birthed, and then some people think, oh, we don't like Skip, and Skip doesn't have any hard feelings either way, and I think it's a lot of confusion there.
It was never a problem when the CCOA was formed, for as our knowledge of Skip. But Skip was always, I worked with him one on one when I was in the ACC, and he was always the pin cushion of the whole situation of what's going on. But
Hmm.
it wasn't, he was the bad person. When we did the split, if it was anybody I can go to and talk to get the honest truth, it was Skip. First, when we left, yeah, I was like, you know what? I ain't going to no car show because I knew he was over the ACC, and if I go to this car show and he misjudged, it's gonna be a whole problem. But
Mm, there it is.
as we started going, and we was
Hmm.
like, okay, he's still the same person, so it's not no issue of us switching, but some still have issues of
Nah,
us switching.
nah.
Hmm.
Here I go. Here, now it's time.
Now it's
Now
time.
it's amazing. What just happened?
My bad. Hold on.
It's amazing to
Keep
hear
talking. I'm
that,
putting up a
Nighthawk,
video.
Hmm.
because when y'all first when the split first happened, I reached out to you. I called, I texted, everything, and you didn't answer the phone. So now I know why. You felt like I was going to feel some type of way since you guys left. However it was done, and I was reaching out to you to try to figure out what was wrong, what was, what caused it, or what could I do, or anything. So now I get it, and like I said to you after the first time after we initially talked, I'm not upset at all,
Right.
because at the end of the day, it's still two car club organizations going towards the same goal.
Right.
So I get it, but now to piggyback off what Mark said, when you guys left, there was a negative narrative that was created, which pretty much said we're not going to do it the way they do it. Which, in my opinion, they will skip. You see what I'm saying? Because I
Mm.
was the face of it.
Right.
So everybody that came with you or came out because of the CCOA, or what y'all were preaching and what y'all mantra was,
Hmm.
it was automatically, oh, skip the bad guy, skip the bad guy. And I preach to everybody that was still under the ACC banner, everybody that I still associated with. I don't want neither one of y'all, none of y'all, say nothing negative about the
True.
CCOA, because they still doing the same thing we doing. They're just doing it a different way. And as far as I know, nobody ever. I mean, of course, I'm quite sure there were some barbs thrown back and forth, but to my knowledge, nothing negative came out of our camp. And I kept hearing negative stuff from people that I had £1,000,000 of respect for.
Correct.
When I finally did talk to you, you were like, "Oh no, it's not like that." And I explained to you that yeah, it was, because just like when I called you, you didn't answer. I called them, they didn't answer. And there's been plenty of times you and I have talked about other situations outside the car scene and everything else, and it's between me and you what we talked about. I did the same thing for those people also,
Right.
and one of those people still hasn't said a word to me, which I'm cool with it. I never, hold a grudge about something that I can't control. But like I've always said, I'm proud of what y'all did. Like
Hmm.
one of the things I used to preach when y'all was part of the ACC, I want to see 1,000 car clubs,
Right.
because one or two things gonna happen. Either we're gonna make 1,000 more, or they're gonna shrink back down, and people are gonna realize not everybody can lead. Not everybody needs to have their own car club.
Right.
So now that I hear that, I appreciate you saying it, and it actually enlightened me to some of the other things, because when people choose sides, like not to be long winded, but real quick, when Baby and Lil Wayne fell out, they had mutual friends, and the mutual friends decided to choose sides, and then
Hmm.
start throwing barbs to the other side, not knowing and not realizing that Lil Wayne and Baby was gonna get back together.
That's a good
So
example.
once they got back together,
Yeah,
all the people that threw them barbs was looking like, oh god damn,
It looks stupid.
I
now I
got to
can't
look
say
at these
nothing because
people in
I
the
don't.
face again.
Yeah, and see, that's pretty much what kind of happened here. When y'all invited me to y'all events, I was there.
Right.
When we had events, y'all was there. But those same people that shot those shots, and I know, they didn't show up. They wouldn't show up. I don't have nothing against them. But like you said, when you see a snake, you know a snake, you recognize a snake. So again, I'm glad that's out there. And like I
think
said,
I think it was some blowback. Even with this podcast, with the lettering of ACC, I think we lost some viewership because people thought that they were the same thing. And to clarify, they're not.
And you gotta also understand, when we didn't intentionally started to vandalize or with anybody think, we gave them what they wanted that the ACC wasn't providing at the time. It was a lot of rumors going on. Y'all know I'm on the scene heavy, so when it gets to me, back to me, I don't bring it back plenty of times. People was wondering what certain funds was going to. I couldn't explain that. You get what I'm saying? So when we left and we started, we didn't beg anybody to go. They followed the path of what they wanted to. When we first hit the scene, we were saying it was no dues. We didn't want we couldn't cover every club and tell them what to do, because every club have their own set of rules. But it was throwback. It was the backlash of, oh, they don't have any rules. They're not going to have any structure. But if you look at us today, by us saying we don't have a set of bylaws, we still have some kind of structure that's going on. Skip, you don't been to our events, and it's structured at our events, even if we're not having a whole list of bylaws, because at the end of the day, each club have their own set of rules. I can't go out there in the middle of traffic and say, hey, stop such and such club for doing that. I'm not finna get hit. I gotta go home to my child. That's your car. You pay your note. You want to wrap it around the tree? Wrap it on around the tree.
But see, now, right there is where I totally disagree with one part of what you said, not the whole statement, but let me explain. When we started the ACC, two of the main problems we had were swerving on each other and crazy ass driving, right?
Correct.
Now, you were at all the meetings.
Correct.
One of the things I said was we need to create some bylaws that everybody can agree to and abide by in order to be a part of this organization, so we can curb this bullshit, because somebody's going to get killed from this horseplay. And what will happen is we're all going to be frowned upon because we all have the same hobby. We all have the same fixed up type cars. Now, when those bylaws got put in place, before we actually say, hey, in order to be a part of ACC, you have to do this, all of them were given to all the presidents of the clubs. And not one president said, hey, we don't like this. We don't like that. And guess what happened, Nighthawk? The swerving stopped. All of that bullshit started to curb. Now, and this is my opinion, nobody else's, when y'all split off and y'all say, well, you know what? We're going to get back to fun like it used to be. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, get back to fun. We never regulated a car club. We just made a set of rules to be a part of the ACC. So when you said no dues and no this and no that, it was almost like you took the reins off, so to speak.
If I remember correctly, all the clubs was a part of creating those bylaws.
Yeah, I mean, it was bounced off a lot of the presidents. But you know, I get, like I said,
making those decisions.
Like I said, I understand what they were doing, and I understand why they did it, because you just want something new and different. I get that, and was never mad. Correct. But the narrative that came out of it was me was the bad guy, and it kind of bothered me in the beginning, because can't no one person say I missed it, I abused them, I talked about them, or I did something negative towards their club. Not one.
And you really can't say basically when they say to me personally, it wasn't going directly towards you, because when we're out on the scene now, by me personally leaving the ACC, I still see people, out that walks around like they a tater chip bag balled up. That's what their face look like. Just to be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he didn't say potato. He said a tater chip bag.
Tater chip bag.
So at the end of the day, I figure, everybody goes on and do what they do. If it's working the way it is now, just let it be.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying nothing about consolidating or closing one down or another.
Right.
We're just having this topic now because the gates were open about the part, do y'all hate Skip? And I really don't care if people hate me or not, because I'm still gonna be Skip and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But since we're addressing it, I just pointed out those facts, because anytime somebody says the Atlanta Car Club community, the first person they think of is Skip. Now, they know I'm the head of it.
Correct.
They know I'm one of the true founders of it. So when it was said it automatically became Skip, whether it was directly or indirectly. It was always Skip them over there, or they over there doing this and Skip this and Skip that. So I get it, and I'm not mad. I never was mad about it. So we're at a point now to where we coexist and we hang out at each other's functions and events like it was anyway. Right. So now it's just you got the CCOA, you got the ACC, and they're on the same path, just different roles. Because 20 can get you to Carolina just like 75 can. Correct. You see what I'm saying? So we're just on different highways. That's the way I see it.
I still think the question was misunderstood with the last show of, are we better as one as opposed to two?
Two.
He said two.
You say, are we? Okay,
you're going to
I don't
say
remember
two
that.
because at the end of the day, I looks at what goes on now. I'm not part of the ACC. I'm not in the ACC chat no more. But I do see or hear that, far as events, people come to the CCOA to look for basically all the events, because I just hear that, the chat of the ACC doesn't have events goes up like CCOA. So it like I always say, it's going to be best for two different ones. It's more than two. It's not just the CCOA and the ACC. It's other ones. It's Augusta. It's all that. Hulk, you in a lot of them.
Augusta
So
in the chat right now too.
Yeah, it's just not just us. It's plenty of one. But when you got the split was so close, that's when it became, is it this, that? We all going to the same events.
That was the point I was making last week. They're gonna post it on the CCOA and they're gonna post it on ACC, and we all gonna show up to the same events. Whether we have two or one, whether it's better to have two or better to have one, I can't make that call. But when I look at it, I'm thinking they're one of the same. We all going the same direction. We all trying to have fun. We all trying to do this card thing together, and whether we're doing it as one or as two, we all trying to do the exact same thing.
Right.
Have fun.
But that falls back to the statement I made right after you said that. Well, if that's the case, we should only have one car club.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because of how you look at it, whether we like Camaros, whether we like Chargers, whether we like whatever, it's still the love of cars.
Right.
It's one entity. If you want to look at it, I guess just technically one entity, one big giant family.
Yeah.
With a whole lot of strings.
But there's also the daddy side and the mama side.
But when you think about like fraternities and sororities, for example, it's still everything's Greek.
All Greek.
So it doesn't matter if you're an alpha or a kappa. You know what I mean? It's just your personal preference.
You're the divine nine.
Exactly. So I think about, the CCOA and the ACC being much like that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with having more than one entity.
It's just two places to go get the same information.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody's going to homecoming. So
right.
Yep. Some steppers over here, some steppers over there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
But will the ACC and the CCOA ever do a joint function? I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it'll be we just got to find a big venue. That's the only hang up. Go ahead,
Skip.
I don't see it being an issue with the CCOA as a whole and the ACC as a whole, because I'm quite sure it's people over in the CCOA have some hard feelings about something that happened in the ACC and vice versa. But if Nighthawk and I and his board and our board were to get together and say, hey, man, let's do this at Exchange Park, or, a bigger park than Exchange Park. Let's say Grant Park. It'll be a big ass function.
Because
it'll be like a big gathering.
You see when we had our second annual cookout, we locked the whole park down, the whole beach. We was at the beach.
I came. I was there.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? That's our yearly event that we have. We still have our normal stuff, the book bag drives, every different thing, that's
Yeah.
bumping.
But to answer your question, Lauren, I don't see an issue with it. The only issue I think we'll have is finding a venue big enough because they're going to show up. We're going to show up to try to outdo each other and still have fun doing it. So I don't see an issue with it. I'm quite sure somebody will have something negative to say, but not me.
Oh,
But
they always
question
got
for you on the
somebody
screen.
How many chapters do we have right now? We're currently back at one chapter, and the reason why we're narrowed down to one chapter due to COVID, it's hard for us to travel and keep trying to keep up with everybody. So we're just down to our Atlanta chapter. It's the more bigger the club you get, the more problems you have. So
Say it
we're
again.
we're just back down to one chapter where I'm able to manage and focus on my main team.
So,
There
what do
you
you
go.
think about the car
Which is
scene in Atlanta? We've had a lot of conversation about things being boring, it not being as fun as it used to be. The judges need to be different. Hence, perhaps Skip shouldn't judge as many shows. What do you think about that?
Okay, with that, yes, the car scene has got boring. Back when I first hit the scene, we used to battle it out. I mean, battle it out. Hulk came from about that life. Certain days we went to 3 car shows at one time in one day to go battle it
Mm-hmm.
out. It was shows going on. When I first hit the
Facts.
scene, we had where we battled out where you had to earn your respect. Everybody know when I hit the scene, it wasn't nice, but I brung it, and that's how I earned my respect. Like everybody
wait,
know, but
wait a minute. Stop. You say it wasn't nice. What you mean?
it wasn't like, I had all the backlash because I came from I'm gonna say a mega club, a big club that
Okay.
I had to compete with. But when I
Yeah.
first hit the scene, the clubs that was I had to go out and respect was Ride and Clean. Ride and Clean was one of the big clubs that took a lot of different multiple cars. We used to go battle
Mhm.
it out at Power Fest every year. Power Fest, CVV. Every year when CVV, the history was when Power Fest came, it was CVV anniversary. So
Yeah.
they
Mm-hmm.
came with a whole bunch of cars.
45 chapters.
Exactly. But you had to earn your respect. Like me, I still was beating them at Power Fest. We was riding. It's just like when I first hit the scene, you had Camaros Nation and you had Camaros of Atlanta. They had to battle it out. So now it's not fun anymore because it's so many clubs that's taking different kind of cars, and when they taking different kind of cars, it look like we at the Walmart parking lot. It don't look like a car show to me. So when we get there, you just be like, okay, we at the car show, but when we get to the car shows are not fun anymore because I listened to a show y'all had last week. Yeah, last week when y'all was saying built and modified. Of course, the built card is gonna win regardless of a modified because the time that they had to put in it, they're gonna win. So when they come in, you might as well just say, "Oh, let me go ahead and go packing up my tent," because they put time in it. Mods, it just take us hour, 2 hours to do. With them, it's time. So a lot of folks go to these shows and get mad because the old schools are winning, but look at the time they don't put in the old school. We buy our cars, like you say, off the lot. We ready to hit the road, go to Florida, go to that. These people got to make sure with their old cars that it's able to go. So it's more time that they're gonna have to trailer it. You know what I'm saying? To do, they got more money invested in what we're trying to do.
Gotcha.
But the judging, a lot of folks have stopped coming to the car shows simply because when you wake up in the morning of a typical car show, and that's me, you got to first get up. You got to wash the car. That's gonna be no less than $35. Then you got to go get gas. That's another 35 just to get you to the car show. Then the car show is going to be an average between $20 to $35. Now it's even up to 40. That's another. Then you get inside the car show. You got these plates that's going on. That's $20, and you get 2 pieces of chicken and a side.
he ain't lying, but
I'm just being
he's
So
honest.
telling
you so
the
right now
truth.
I'm
you at
He's
being honest.
telling the
$130. Right
truth.
now
You at
now
yeah.
you're $130.
Then don't let you got a child that's 12 or 13 plus your spouse. You got to pay spectator to get in.
Mm.
Okay, so by the time you don't got in the show, you don't pay $200 basically to get you where you going for a show that you probably don't even win it. Then you don't pay that much money coming in the show, and then these people don't have bathrooms. So you got your women out there. Excuse my language, pissing in the bushes
Oh my
because that's what's
God.
going on. Because
Oh my
it's
God.
it's
Preaching.
no porta johns out there, or you got to keep going to the store across the street. Now you got to run across the road because it's a whole situation. Or you know what I'm saying, the venue that you're having it at not letting you go in the building too much because of Corona.
So now what I hear, Nighthawk, is you saying we need to have better venues, more equipped
Basically,
venues.
because now I put a post on my post on Facebook yesterday, and it wasn't to throw any shots at nobody because I said now it's looking like it's going back to, like they say, the older days where you're charging per category. You can't
Yeah.
charge us per category when your lot ain't that big. So if you got okay, for instance, you going for most rep, best rep. So you tell me I gotta pay to get in each one of those categories to get it, and I know I'm not gonna win one of them. I don't think that's fair.
I agree.
I don't either. I
I
100% agree with you
agree.
on that.
I
I'm,
agree.
So
I'm, I'm go ahead. I'm
We
sorry. Go
discussed
ahead.
whether or not
that's
we was
gonna
going to talk about
push.
that or not.
Okay, now you pushing us away from the car shows because it's always gonna be a monkey see, monkey do. Now
Yeah.
it's a monkey see and a monkey do, and that it's finna start going in that same direction where you paying
Uh,
$20 for two
no,
categories.
I'm not going.
No,
That's unacceptable.
I'm
it
just not
might
But
going.
see,
no, it
but
might
see,
not
Right.
happen because hold on, it might not be no monkey see, monkey do because if ain't nobody gonna show up, then ain't
they're
nobody
gonna
else
have to
gonna want to
change
do
it.
that. They're gonna have to
Right.
change it
Correct.
But see
And I
now,
because
understand they were saying back in the day it used to do it. You can do that
mm-mm,
back in the day if
mm-mm,
you at one of
mm-mm,
these
I ain't
mega
never heard
shows
that.
mm-mm,
where
mm-mm, mm-mm.
where when we go to Florida Classic and when we go down to the King of the South, they still not charging us no thing, and we're paying $40, and we're in the inside. We're getting what our money is worth, not
Mm-hmm.
just throwing our money out. And we at a car lot, well, we at a lot where you're barely fitting in. If four clubs are in there and they're big clubs, it's full, and you want us to go over to the overflow parking, and we're not even getting looked at, but we say paid the same price.
Man, you got a point.
Yeah,
Right.
But see, a lot of that is planning. Um, you can plan to have 100 cars and get 10, and then you look
Correct.
at it like, damn, I wasted money. And then you could plan to have 30 cars and 100 show up. Prime
Right.
example, the Squad Car Club. You remember that show when y'all showed up deep, and I had to park
Right.
y'all pretty much in the road. They didn't
Right.
expect that many people in that parking lot, and we filled the whole lot up, even into other people's businesses. Remember, fire marshal came and everybody else. So it's one of those things to where you can't prepare for the unexpected,
Right.
so to speak. But back to this thing about this charging. When you say it was done back in the day, it was only done at the big venues,
Exactly.
like the V103 shows at the Congress Center. You know, you entered your car in the old school category because it was an old school. You entered
right.
your car in the best engine category because that was the biggest part of your car. But now, trying to do it today, they're going to run everybody off. And I think it'll fall as quick as they start with it.
Correct.
I
Because
agree.
I'm seeing personally online, and I'm not throwing anybody show up under the bus. It's two shows coming up that's charging per category.
I talked with one of the club members that's doing one this weekend. And I explained to him that it would be a bad idea. They're going to fail miserably, in my opinion. And I'm
Correct.
not saying don't do it, but the optics are it's a money grab.
Correct.
That's what it looks like from the outside looking in, because before we never had to do all of this to qualify for these trophies. Now you're saying you can get into two categories, two for the price of one. Well, whoever charged for a category? It's
Right.
all the categories
Nobody.
included for your fee. So
Yeah.
you can look at it as forward thinking, but if you don't have the right following or the right venue, the right everything else, it's not going to work. And that's just me talking, not hating on nobody, but I don't see it working. I see it happening. I see them trying it and being like, oh, wow, we made a mistake.
Correct.
That's what I see.
And the judging situation is a lot of folks have stopped coming to the car shows because certain people is winning, and if you go behind the scene and walk behind the judge, it's a lot of flaws in their car. So basically a lot of folks looking at is it rigged, or is favoritism because this person is going to the car shows all the time, this is why they went. Not saying necessarily it's when you're judging, but
Mhm.
it's been different car shows where folks, I have walked around and I have seen folks wrap about to fall off, hanging off, peeling up. I have seen people doors up in the air with ply grips, everything.
Ooh.
But and they're expecting to win best of show or best of this, and they are still winning. So I'm asking like myself, is the judge seeing what I'm seeing, or is it at this point it looking favorable because it's so obvious?
Right. Now, real quick, Was any one of those shows you talking about one that I judged?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
Baxter.
not, but I'm asking that question for a reason. I always say, if you have an issue with how I judged or what I judged, say something to me.
Correct.
I expect you, Mr. TJ, Hulk, anybody, if you see something where you feel like it's favoritism, or you feel like I didn't do this, or I didn't judge you correctly, or I overlooked your car because you always win, come to me and say that. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna make mistakes,
Right.
but if I'm not alerted to those mistakes or those issues that you may have that can be like a blister and it gets festered and it gets worse, then it'll explode and you'll vent to somebody else, and then there it is. Oh wow, man. Well, if Nighthawk said that, he wouldn't lie on Skip, and boom. Not saying you did that, but that's one of the reasons why I always say, man, if you got a problem with what I did, say something to me now. Don't wait till later because I can't fix it later.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I can't explain it
problem-
away later. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the problem with that is if you start open it up like that, or if and people start critiquing and judging your judging, why judge? Because then all you're gonna do, only thing that's gonna happen is everybody else is going to walk around and be like, okay, Skip, why? You ain't gonna point this out. You ain't gonna point this out. You ain't gonna point that out. You're gonna have everybody swarming you
Right.
saying the
But
exact
this-
same thing.
Okay.
Because everybody has flaws on their car.
Exactly.
Everybody. Correct.
But this is how I combat that. But
Me and Nighthawk used to go to car shows, and they used to think that everybody was favoring me and him because we got dope cars.
right.
And
But
You're not going to be able to please everybody. Everybody's going to have flaws.
it's not about me.
Everybody's going to point everybody else's flaws out if you open that door.
Right.
Right.
But see, this is where, like with me and the guy Tracy, y'all remember we had the big blow up on Facebook.
Right.
The issue is if Nighthawk comes to me and complains about vice grips holding somebody's car and why he won over me and blah blah blah, because normally the people that complain are the people that lost or
Right.
didn't win, so to speak. So if you come to me saying, hey man, why he won this and that, I'd be like, okay, let's go look at your car. Let's go look at that car. And you walk around and show me all the flaws. Now let's go look at yours. And then I'm gonna walk around and show you all the flaws I found on yours.
But
And
that's
what happened.
Yep.
But-
When do the people that win say, "Hey, man, I still don't think you did right"?
Exactly.
But you know what? Sometimes, like Hulk said, it's gonna happen. And you know what, man? I'm sorry you feel that way. Ain't nothing you can't explain everything away. But what I can do is be transparent in doing it. You see, this is the problem that Tracy and I had. He was mad because the car had fur on it. He was mad because it was a Honda and his was a Pontiac. He was mad because he had $2,500 rims and the guy had this. See, I don't compare cars to cars. I judge what's in front of me. I score it and I keep it moving. So when I started pointing out his flaws, he got pissed. And instead of saying, you know what, I see why I lost. No, you want to know why. That's where the argument came with me and him. So you're telling me you accept your flaws, but you think your flaws are better than his flaws.
Correct.
Come on, man.
I put more money into my
and
car
then
than you put yours.
And see, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I used to be in it heavy, but I'm not in it heavy. I still come to the shows. But when you're entering the show, a lot of folks get disencouraged because at the end of the day, we all started from somewhere. Hulk, I remember when you started. When we first met you, you just had a regular black Charger, and you started with the regular decals, and then you advanced on. But people start from the bottom up. So when we go to these shows and they're overlooked, they lose interest in them because they know the cars are gonna, win all the time. So now that they not winning, what's the first thing you do? We can have a car show going on and we have a pop-up meet going on. And where everybody at? The pop-up meet at the park.
Right.
Because
But
it's free.
I think that, as a person who's walked around with Skip and has watched him judge, he talks to everyone. He talks to a lot of the youngsters. The one car show that I participated in with him, I watched him speak to them and say, hey, I like what you started. you still have a long way to go with your build.
Right.
You should do this. He gave pointers. You could do this. Hey, let me show you something. And he points out things very specifically that they can do to, help to build their car. So it's not as one-sided as people make it seem,
Right.
And I think that there's a lot of just opinionatedness. I know that's not a word, but everybody's really opinionated about Skip specifically without ever really having spent any time with him during the process to even see what he's doing. And because I can speak to that very specifically, and knowing that there were a lot of young guys at his car show specifically who didn't have much
Right.
modifications done.
Right.
But he encouraged them to keep working on their cars, to keep putting in effort, and to come back. And they received that. So I think it's just really about communication. Demetrius Taylor in the comments has made some valid points about just, who's the historian in the car club? Where's the standardized definition of what the categories are? Perhaps there should be some education at some of these events where, before the actual judging starts, someone gets on the mic and actually talks about stuff like that. Go ahead, Skip.
I think that's just taking it way too far.
Exactly.
It's just taking the fun out of it. Then when I came up in the game, I was seeing people winning. So I needed to up my game. Instead of me crying and whining, talking about, oh, I'm not going to no more car shows. Skip don't like me. I upped my game.
Right.
I upped my game. I went from a basic car to decals to a full wrap. That's what I did. I upped my game. Up your fucking game and stop fucking whining like bitches. God damn.
You're right. But at some point,
everybody is not gonna fucking win a goddamn trophy.
That's true.
Why we keep here going over the same shit? These people need to stop fucking whining.
Okay,
If you
but at
wanna
the end of
win
the
a
day,
goddamn
Hulk,
trophy,
but at Hulk, with you, when you don't win a trophy, you also get mad too, right? When you think you're supposed to win in that category. Because I don't saw you at car shows and you get mad because you haven't won.
Yeah, but that's if I feel like I got scammed. If I got skipped over, I'm like, but I don't really care too much because I've given more of my trophies away than I've kept this year.
But now
this is to other people in other clubs, just so they can feel good about themselves.
But all of that you just said goes back to me always saying, I'm a transparent judge. You can ask me anything you want to ask me. You can walk around with me. I'll teach you how to judge for free. You can see what I see through my eyes. I'll give you the paper and say, hey, judge that car. I've already judged it. And then I'm going to show you why I did this. And I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't have done what you did. Or I'm going to point out things that you missed. Because people think a judge is supposed to look at all the great stuff on a car and that's what you're judging. No, You're judging the flaws. That's how you win or lose, by the flaws. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to look at all the pretty stuff. That's eye-catching. That's what draws people in. But as a judge who has to differentiate, I'm going to say, oh, wow. Okay, I see what he did with the lights. Me and Mr. used to have it out about the lights. If you got lights and they're hanging all down, that's a gig. I don't care how good it looks in the dark. If I got to judge it and walk up on it and I see your lights looped all around, hanging with loose wires, that's a negative. So people are like, oh, but it looks good. Man, that's not what I'm judging. I'm judging what you did to your car and what you didn't do. And like you said earlier, Hope, there's going to be complainers and naysayers about every single thing, but nobody can say I didn't try to help or I didn't try to point it out. And, I'm just going to keep it moving.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you will pull us to the side and say, hey, you need to do this or this why you didn't win. Because Skip, I have pulled my members to the side while you right there and say, Skip, explain to them what's going on, this, that, and the third, and you'll sit there and explain. And I have told them, shut up, get out the car, let them judge.
I gonna cuss one dude all the way out, shut your goddamn mouth and move. I'm like, damn. But
this clock don't play.
See, I've seen Nighthawk actually do the exact same thing. Teach people on what to do to their cars to better compete. That's where I learned it from.
So is it the onus of the car club presidents to educate their own club members this?
It will help.
Yeah,
it definitely help.
Yeah, it is. But like Nighthawk said, a lot of these car club presidents now are not able
Leaders.
to educate them because not necessarily the leaders, but they're not able to educate them because their experience only goes to the last club that they left. They don't know about what Nighthawk went through with changing lanes and what he saw with 8-time riders and Crown Vic and the things before. So you can only teach what you know. A teacher told me one time, you know what I taught you, you don't know what I know. Ask questions and I will give you this information for you to give to somebody else. That's the problem. Thanks. You learn one or two things and you think you know everything. I'm not saying I know everything, but I've been out here long enough to tell you about some shit you don't know about. you know what I mean? So ask those questions when you see me and Almond and Mr. and Hulk and Nighthawk out. Ask those questions. Hey man, how many car clubs was it in 2009? I could name every one of them. Right. Some Sky High Impalas, no longer. GT Riders, no longer. You see what I'm saying? Sky High Impalas, they birthed Impala Nation. You see what I'm saying? So
all that was out.
Yeah, Stay Down Riders. But it's you got to know the history in order to teach the history.
Exactly.
And if your history only goes back 2 years, then you really can't teach nothing.
So Nighthawk, how do you propose that the issues in the car club community are fixed in terms of it not being fun anymore?
I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion, and a lot of folks say it's not fun no more. But them are the people that we don't see at the shows. Now the shows are fun, you know what I'm saying? It's long and drug out, but it's fun.
So the hell is.
It's fun when you bringing something to the table. If you out there and your club ain't bringing that to the table, that's when it's boring and it's nothing, worth coming to. But
right.
I'm not gonna say it's not all the way like it used to be, because we don't even have anniversary parties no more. The only thing we look for is the car shows right now.
Gotcha. But now watch this. You brought up something good then, Tia. And Nighthawk, you almost answered the question. So I want to petition all of our listeners and watchers in the chat. Name something you would like to see at a car club. At a car show that we used to or that we might need to institute to get the clubs more involved. For instance, in Nopi, which is a huge show, we used to have car club tug of wars. I had a 50-foot rope where I would give away, I think it was like $150 to the winning car club. 10 members, 3 had to be women, and go for it. I don't care who they were, but we did stuff like that to get the car clubs to the friendly competition aspect of it. Stuff like that. So I want to hear some input on that. What y'all think we could do different? Or what y'all think we can add to future car shows to make it to what we have in the Dodge today and Skip show or whoever show. I'm ready for that. Stuff like that. So what do y'all think about that?
I think having some and I don't know how to word the category, how we can name it, but have category for basic cars, for cars that are
under construction. Under construction.
Not under construction. Under construction can be an old school they're working on. But I'm talking about a new school they just got
Rookie of the Year
working on.
Or Rookie of the Show. Newcomer Award.
Yeah.
I can come up with all kinds of names, but the thing is, if the same person can't win that award,
right?
You see what I'm saying? And if that same person comes to the next show and nobody else comes with a newcomer award, who am I to give that trophy to?
Yeah, I used to have a member named Barbara, man. She used to have the cleanest stock car.
Dance battles, foot race. Okay,
she
I'm sorry.
Win. Like it used to be a category. I guess it was the cleanest car or something like that. There used to be something for that.
Yeah.
Like
I think that would help. But we don't have the people on this podcast don't have control over that, because whoever's throwing the show who is in charge of those particular decisions.
Yeah.
If they don't want to have no car, they don't want to have no decision. No
so anyway, we need to switch gears. Nighthawk, you're welcome to stay on board for this.
We've got one more question for Nighthawk.
Okay. Go ahead.
Up in the comments, Miss Deadpool wanted to know, could the CCOA and ACC have a combined calendar so that people could possibly see what's going on? And
basically, when it comes to the calendar, we still respect everybody events like like it was in the CC. I mean the ACC once when we were part. We still watch back and forth and see like if we're not having something, we'll post a flyer on our page. But if we're having something and somebody is having something, we will first come first serve basically how it is. We can't
You're aware
overlook.
of the other people's shows. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
aware of everybody's show that's going on. We don't say you can't go to the show. Once it hits like all over the go to whether you fail to go or not.
But the only thing is the ACC can't do the same thing to the CCOA because we
Right.
don't have access to be able to see your
Well,
calendar
we have
unless we
people
get
in
it.
the ACC that's a part of it.
Yeah, I'm
That,
talking
that
about unless we hear from somebody else. But if we was actually able to see it, we can prevent overlapping as well.
A
Y'all
lot of
should
the
work
car
on that.
shows are basically the same shows that everybody is basically going to.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like booking.
as
And-
far as the calendar, like what she was saying.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things to where we just got to communicate more.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think next
communication
year
is
will be a
everything.
perfect example of that because outside going to be open, and it's going to be a lot more shows. This year, it really wasn't that many shows like it used to be, because outside really wasn't open.
Right.
Right.
But I
And
digress.
But
We need to pivot though.
okay, go ahead.
Keep the show going. So yeah, hey, thank you, Nighthawk, for joining. You can stay on board. We got another spicy topic. You're free
All right.
to continue on. But I want to pull something on the screen that y'all have already seen. So let's do this. I told him he was free to stay. I told him he was free to stay. That nigga just left. I'm
Look,
out.
and do
And I
say
take my viewers with me. All you about that life people better stay on the show.
can fundraising events actually donate the funds to the cause? Ooh.
Let's take a peek at this real quick, people.
That has-
Can y'all hear the audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful on the headline, it goes to one lane. I still don't have street overlay, so if you get into anything, I'm gonna have to have y'all call it. I can still keep the camera on it, but I don't have street overlay. Watch that parking lot. The judge right there. They're coming out right here, guys. They're splitting. They're splitting. That gold one's still doing donuts, though. Hold her right at it. 1080. 10.3, 10.80. Which unit? 1080. 896, Atlanta. Alvon Headland. 10.0 vehicle description. It's going to be a Toyota Camry, Robert Young Ida, 9863. 3. 10.20. Going around, my phone's not working. Gotcha, bitch! In custody. I'm looking for the other 1080.
Well, we want you to take a look here at this video. It's something we've shown you for months now. Many of you have probably seen it in person, even street racing, a major problem all across Metro Atlanta, but police say the streets are safer tonight. That's because they arrested more than 80 people in South Fulton County, impounding dozens of cars, all related to street racing. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live outside the Fulton County Jail, where many of those drivers still are tonight. And Michael, you actually just spoke to someone out there as well.
Justin, a lot of new developments in the last 10 minutes. In fact, moments ago, we just watched several of those suspected street racers bond out of the Fulton County Jail. They are being greeted by their friends here. They're pretty upset, though. A lot of them telling us that they were arrested just for hanging out and taking videos and pictures. We're going to hear from them in a moment. But first, let's dig into this arrest again. South Fulton Police Department arresting more than 80 people last night. Law enforcement across Metro Atlanta cracking down on illegal street racing.
I'm happy that they are finally doing something now.
On Sunday, the city of South Fulton Police Department posted these photos on Facebook showing off some of the 45 vehicles impounded just hours after a multi-agency task force arrested more than 80 people. Officers also seized 5 guns and marijuana. Since the start of the pandemic, illegal street racing has exploded in major cities across the country. In Metro Atlanta, organizers are using social media to promote events. This viral video captured the moment massive crowds shut down busy streets. Watch as drivers perform dangerous stunts.
To do something just to be seen or just to be liked, to me that means you're selfish. You know, you're not really thinking about the community, the children.
Street racing is dangerous, period, especially in congested areas like this.
We spent the day speaking with several Fulton County residents who told us that it's not just street racing that's the problem, but they believe the large crowds lead to violent crimes.
It's a time and place for everything. So we got what? We got Motor Speedway, right?
Yeah.
We got Motor Speedway. So you want to race? That's a track there that's safe.
But not everyone agrees.
As long as I have right insurance and license, I don't see a problem with it. I get off work, I gotta watch something on YouTube before I go to bed.
And Channel 2's Michael Seiden joining us now live again. Michael, we know the state is working on cutting down street racing as well, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Justin. In fact, that bill is sitting right now on Governor Kemp's desk. It will be signed into law later this year. Now, let's go over that bill for people who aren't familiar with it. It's going to make it a misdemeanor for anyone in Georgia who organizes, promotes, or participates in street racing. The law would also state that drivers caught street racing could have their driver's license suspended for up to 1 year on their first offense and 3 years for a second offense. Now, a third offense could also lead to a driver losing their driver's license as well as a fine. Now, as we mentioned all night tonight for the last hour, we've been seeing dozens of these suspected street racers bonding out. And again, minutes ago, I had a chance to speak with one guy who was here to pick up his friend. So literally the people you're waiting on getting out of jail right now were not the ones doing donuts. They're just sitting there.
Literally just there, just like how you're here like this, literally.
What would be your message to city, county, state leaders? Because you know there's a new law that's about to be signed into office. What would be your message?
Really, can we just have a legal law so we could set it up and just slide and drift? That's literally all the people are. That's it.
So there you heard it. That was one take from one of those street racers. Again, they said last night they were not racing. They were doing what they call drifting, doing donuts. Again, though, it is obviously illegal, but you can hear his plea right there. They're just asking for a safe place away from the public that they can do all this. Of course, we've been following this all pandemic long, and it'll be interesting to see as we get reaction later on in the week. We'll be reaching out to local, city, and state lawmakers to see if any progress could be made. For now, though, we are live.
Hell no. Hell no.
Wow. I know that was painful, but I thought it was in the video that explained a lot of stuff we're talking about. It's kind of serious. Yeah. So I'm going to bring one guy up to the show, and then we can kind of discuss this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. 1K.
What's going on, Flair?
Man, chilling. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, nephew.
Before we introduce you, Skip, Hulk, TJ, your thoughts on that video?
Oh, I was trying to see if I can recognize that car.
Yeah.
Which one? The one that got caught?
Yeah, the one that got caught. Because he had graphics on there.
That was a Camaro.
He had the glow. No, it looked like a Charger to me.
It looked like a Charger.
It was a drop top Camaro. I think it was gold. I ain't never seen it though.
Miss Deadpool, is that you?
Somebody asked what color a car is on wrap. But now
they said it was gold.
I'm a proponent of giving people a space to do stuff like that. But even if they, and this is my opinion, if they had a space to do it, which they do, the racing portion, which is tracks, all of them wouldn't go there. They still wouldn't go because I'm quite sure whoever found this venue will probably charge $5 a car, $2 a car, whatever, for them to go out there and have that same fun. In my opinion, They want to do it around the crowds because that's what gets the adrenaline flowing. They
So
want
they
to
can
do it in
video it.
dangerous areas. They want to do it in dangerous areas so they can go viral.
Yep.
You see,
That's
so
it.
all of that bullshit about they need to give us something. No, motherfucker, go to the track.
But hold on, Skip, though. That's your take.
And you're right. I just said it's my complete opinion. But I
So-
think if we even had a venue, that all of them wouldn't go to it.
So
They
1K has been in this culture, which is an underground society of
Mhm.
drifters, sliders. So what's the fascination? Give us your thoughts on this.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, it's adrenaline rushing. People want to go viral. You know, people go out and go buy cars, and you know they want the fast cars. They want the V8s. You know what I'm saying? And they just, you know, to me, I feel like, you know, just like with the car show, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be out there showing off their talent. People want to do that with the slide, and I think it is very dangerous. You know, it is a dangerous sport, or you know, everybody got their own opinions of what it is.
Even though
know
you
what
used
I'm
to
saying?
slide a V6,
Yeah, even if you got a V6, there's people out there got
you used to
Hondas,
slide a V6, y'all. I don't know how you did.
Yeah, man, I was out there, and you know, at the time when I was out there, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? From leaving
So
from
what's
the
the
car
difference?
shows.
What's the difference between the fun then and now? You
I
said when I
mean,
was out there, it was
just,
fun.
yeah, to me, it got boring. You know what I'm saying? It got more dangerous. See, we was doing it on Moreland. You know, that was in that big old open parking lot. Now, you know, they doing it in intersections and stuff. I feel like that's not safe. One wrong move, you killing yourself. You killing a lot of bystanders that's just out there looking at it. You killing families. You know,
They have.
and when you're doing it, you're not even thinking about other, you know, bystanders. You're thinking about doing donuts in this way, going back this way, and you know, going viral. But you know, when consequences fall in, when 12 chasing you, or you slap something, you damage your mama car, your car, a rental. You know, people don't
It's
think
definitely
like
your
that.
mama car.
Yeah, and when that falls down into it, then you know how the laws is. I don't think a lot of these young kids, and it's young kids doing this. It's not. You got some older people doing it, but majority of it, the whole crowd is 16-year-olds all the way up to like the age of 25.
Yeah.
And they don't really understand when you kill somebody or you hurt somebody real bad, it is consequences. You know what I'm saying? You can run all day you want to, but that helicopter gonna find you. You just saw it on the video.
You can't take it back. You can't take it back if you take someone's life.
So if I were to tell y'all that police agencies have a direct strategy to detour the car hype happening in Metro Atlanta, they are stripping patrol cars and having actual officers join clubs and crews in an attempt to crack down. You won't know who they are, but they are on the clock when riding with these clubs.
Now, there are car clubs.
If I were to tell you that, what do you think?
But there's car clubs on the scene now where are active policemen.
Yeah,
and they've told but this one and they've told. I've talked to them, and they told me that the people in these precincts, they know the difference between a show car and a race car, but they don't want to differentiate. They don't want to separate the two. He's part of this scene. I'm not going to call this club out or nothing like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but what I'm saying is the thing about them infiltrating, it's not like we selling drugs or nothing. We know that 95% of the car club scene are not the ones out there doing that. So them infiltrating the car, in my opinion, it's just them trying to find out something else or trying to see what else is going on that they may not have privy to, be privileged to. You see what I'm saying?
Could be.
You know where the street racers are. You know where it all came from. It just migrated this way. And then everybody else with a fast car that think they can drive, you know, with these 600-700 horsepower. I could do that too. I got a Hellcat. I got a Scat Pack. I could do it too. And you succeed one time and your head big. Now I'm gonna go to Skip Car Show and do it. I'm gonna do it on the highway right outside the show. And it fucks it up for everybody else. Like he said, you're not thinking about the consequences. You're thinking about the fact that I'm doing donuts and I may go viral. And boy, when I get the 1,000 followers or whatever it takes to go viral, I'm the man now. And I think they're looking at everything but the right shit.
But it's a lot of hidden gems. Like, I ain't gonna say on what side of town, but it's a lot of hidden gems where if they crack down on this stuff, it's gonna financially hurt some of these people. There's some people making money in it.
Yeah, of course.
They need to.
But see, my thing is like they said, the first time suspend the license, the second time suspend the license, a longer suspension, and third time possibly taking your license away. No, what they need to do is impound these cars and make it a fee of $1,000 to get it back, minimum. And then you go to court and you get $2,500 fine and loss of your license for a year. And then the second time you confiscate that car. And you give them jail time. See, the punishment is not enough to deter them. You don't need a license until you get stopped. That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive without a license. So them saying, "Oh, I'll take his license for a year," that ain't gonna stop him from driving. You see what I'm saying? So you advertising this punishment as if, oh my God, they're gonna take my license and let me park. No, they breaking the law anyway.
Yep.
All right.
And they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and it would make it worse that when you get so the cars that they impounding, they putting chips in there, like device, whatever, and they texting your phone saying like, "Hey, we coming for you, and whoever's around you, I got enough to lock you up."
But
it
now
was a
watch
message
this.
like that when. Okay.
What you just said about the chips, that is 100% illegal. You cannot monitor somebody's movement in the car because it's an invasion of privacy. And I'm gonna tell you how I know this for a fact. Buy here, pay here lots used to put the little chip in your car where if you miss a payment, they could shut your car off. They had started shutting people's car off in traffic and causing accidents. And a lawyer jumped on the case and said it's an invasion of privacy. Because if I'm paying my bills on time and that chip is on there, you can pull up your laptop and say, "Oh, skip at home. Oh, skip over here." You can see exactly where they are. So it's invasion of privacy if they're doing that. And all it takes is one lawyer, and whatever jurisdiction is doing that will get a major lawsuit. I know this for a fact because it happened close to home for me. So if they're doing that, they breaking the law. There's no
but they still put the chips in the cars though. I got a buddy of mine who got and Red actually put chips in people's car.
Yeah. But now if you know they're putting it in there, that's one thing.
That's in the rim wheels.
But if they put it in there without your knowledge and then all of a sudden let you know, "Hey, I'm tracking you," that's an invasion of privacy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It is.
You see what I'm saying?
But see, a lot of young cats don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They just.
You're right.
Some of them don't care. Some of them like, oh, they following us. So, say if God forbid anything, they put something in one of your car club guys' cars, and he come to a car show. They don't care about nothing what y'all got going on. They coming for him and whoever else out there, and that's how they doing it now. So that's why a lot of I watch the news. I'm old enough to sit back and turn on the news and see what's going on. And Instagram, that's the most viral thing going on right now. I see some of that stuff. I'd be like, ain't no way.
What's your take on them cracking down on just people who spectate this stuff? I mean, a lot of people don't even swerve. They don't do nothing. They just see a whole bunch of cars and they be like, they just nosy.
Right?
I just
want to go to jail because I'm nosy, nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's dumb because at the end of the day, it brings a crowd. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be out there watching. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take them to jail. And the only thing how I feel how I feel about the situation, they think the person who watching gonna snitch. And 9 out of 10, they might snitch, they might not snitch. It's a 50-50. But you still gonna get them laying down drag. They not in the car. You're gonna lock them up. They not in the car. They not doing anything wrong. They just recording. And if you don't give them that video footage or telling them where's the next location, we don't.
Right.
9 out of 10, when they out there doing that, they don't know the location. I think it's a couple of guys that runs the shows, and you don't know who it is. You just follow the crowd and see where they go. And they feel like this is a great place. 12 don't come here a lot. They finna do it right then and there. They don't care about red lights, buses, nothing. They gonna do it. And I feel like it's all like games. Like I feel like I think a city just did it. Did a legit pit. I think if we knew who to go talk to and ask, can we have a legit pit every Sunday or every time they do it, can we do it right here? Can we make some things happen or whatever? But nobody don't know nothing until a mayor step up and be like, hey, I'll do a pit. Everybody come this Sunday. We're gonna do it, and that's that. And so still chasing people in the parking lot. Like it's crazy.
Well, Take It to the Track is doing legal
they sure are.
events.
Right. They did one tomorrow about a month ago now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
The only thing I was gonna say is, if you lock up the crowd, that it's gonna keep the crowd away from them. It's gonna keep them from drifting, because then they have nobody to show off in front of.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't show off in front of nobody.
Shit, I'm still gonna be nosy.
But again, once you pay that fine for just standing up, being nosy, you won't go again unless you just got money to throw away.
Or it's like it's like one of those situations where they on 285 or they in, like, if I'm literally driving and this happens in front of me, how can they determine who was really just there and who wasn't? You know what I'm saying? I don't see how they can make that judgment call.
In my opinion, what that'll do is that'll make you get a lawyer and fight it. And then the money you spent getting a lawyer to prove that you were innocent anyway will deter you from being around it. Now, like you said, that's just one of those things that happened while you were there. Okay, I get it. But 9 times out of 10, those people either pulled off the road when they saw it and got out and watched, or heard about their friend going and followed their friend there. So those are the people they're truly targeting, because like Hawk said, if nobody's there, then they won't do it because there's nobody to show out in front of.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you see a crime happening, why are you gonna sit there and watch?
But people do it all the time. People watch crimes happen all the time.
But it doesn't. Does that make it right?
It doesn't make it right, but it happens.
But it ain't my job to be the police, though.
Yeah, but it's not I'm not gonna sit there and watch it either and take a chance on getting locked up. If I know I'm going to get in trouble for sitting there spectating, I'm gonna get the hell out of the way.
But
see, a lot of people don't know that though. A lot
yes,
of people...
they do. They got enough common sense. They know it. Don't sit there. Man, come on.
I ain't gonna lie. You got, but because how I feel, every Sunday is new crowds coming out there. So the crowds that's doing it, we like, soon as we see or hear, we gone. The other people, they like, what y'all running for? 12. What they gonna do? Find out. So you stay here and find out. Or they find out.
And I can guarantee you, they gonna tell somebody, and that somebody gonna tell somebody, and somebody else gonna tell somebody. They gonna know.
Yeah.
They gonna learn the hard way, or they gonna get the hell out of the way. If you see it, if I see it, I'm getting the hell out. I got a show car, and they know I ain't doing no donuts.
Yeah, but see
even the show car guys coming out doing it. Like, that's why, okay, I came from the car show. You know, some of y'all know me and know my faces. When I came out there, you know, I got known with the car and all that, the V6. And then I felt like being in a car club, I don't get noticed that much because, like I overheard y'all talking, you know, with the car shows, people get judges, and then like you feel like it's fraud. Everybody winning over and over and over and over. And I said to myself, maybe this ain't my ball game. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out, y'all know Joker. Joker told me straight up, if you by yourself, you get noticed the most. And when I was out by myself, I was getting noticed the most. And I was like, man, I'm gonna take this to the city. Went to the city, got known, started doing donuts, got good with it. I had a V6 and I have a V8.
Hey, listen, Miss Danfool say, why is his face covered? Tell her why your face covered.
we didn't know exactly what
them folks, I ain't gonna lie to you, them folks coming after everybody. Like, it don't even matter. Once when they see you out there, they targeting you. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you like a mom, a dad, an uncle, grandmas come out there. They don't care who you is. If they see you out there all over Instagram promoting this or seeing you recording, next time you out there, they coming for you. Because 9 out of 10, guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be a snitch, or you're gonna take that ride and get out and don't go back out there. So I ain't finna show my face. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You don't see me behind them 5% tent when I'm doing donuts. What makes you think? Only thing you see is my Instagram name. And I learned that lesson. I took that off. I don't do it no more. I ain't getting caught.
We call that using common sense.
Are you still out here? Are you still out here sliding and doing that kind of stuff?
No,
I almost said your name.
What? His name is one K. You know, he said, no, ma'am. No, yes, you are.
I almost said his government name. I'm sorry.
No, man. So I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's in me. Yes, if I had a V8, I'll probably go somewhere safe, as in a cul-de-sac or something. But out there in traffic, and
you're not doing this in your Infinity.
Nope.
You just don't know what kind of car you got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you right. You right. I got the
God.
Yep, you
See
right.
the police.
Ain't got enough horsepower to do it. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
She did everything but touch her shirt. So do you do it in your Infinity?
The purple one with the 10-inch rims. Oh my God, you're just telling everything, ain't you?
I did not.
Okay.
So do you still live in College Park?
Your auntie is the cause.
That's not
But
true.
no, I'm just playing. But yeah, the street racing thing to me, I get it. I used to want to go fast and all that when I was younger and everything, but the danger involved now, especially with you being able to buy 500, 600, 700 horsepower like it ain't nothing. When before, if you had 200 horsepower, you was a speed demon. Now you get true, real power off the showroom floor. It's more like, and one thing you said too, I got to get you on that. I got to get on that subject. You said I go in the cul-de-sac. In my subdivision right here, there's 8 houses in my cul-de-sac. Some asshole came out here with a white Challenger in my cul-de-sac at 2:00 in the morning and did donuts in the cul-de-sac. And I backed my car out. I was backing my car out to block him in, and he got by me. If you watching this show in a white Challenger and you came in my cul-de-sac, I promise you, I'm gonna put my pistol on you and hold you till the police get here.
I'm not.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for you to come into a subdivision at 2:00 in the morning just to do a donut in a cul-de-sac. I tried to block him in.
Look,
I really did.
Well, see, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I wouldn't come to no neighborhood 2:00 in the morning doing no donuts in front of no houses. It's other cul-de-sacs out there that don't have anything around it. It's open parking.
Wait a minute. It's other cul-de-sacs that don't have them. You tell me a cul-de-sac ain't got no houses.
Now, I stay in a brand new neighborhood. Don't have no cul-de-sacs. It don't even got sewer pans on it.
Please,
sewer tops.
Don't incriminate yourself. No, you don't.
So,
You don't have anything,
it's
sir.
places you could do it at. You know what I'm saying? But
you don't still live in Paulding County, do you? No.
Who?
I
stay in Buckhead now. I stay
there you go. Yeah.
Now, so you know, it's all good. Like,
so can we separate drifting from speed? Because I'm a speed demon. I love speed.
Me too.
But I'm not no donut type of person because I'm not gonna burn up no damn $1,000 tires.
But going fast and racing is two different things too.
Yeah.
We all stay in Atlanta, so either way, how fast you go on the highway, you're gonna have somebody beside you trying to race you.
I'm not even mad at that.
Facts.
I'm not even mad at that when it's safe, when there's no other cars around. I'm not mad at it. But I'm not going to.
It ain't never safe on 285.
I don't live on 285.
I know one thing. If you get on 285 and you ain't doing 70 miles an hour, you're gonna think it's a windstorm because you're gonna get pushed to the side.
Yes.
Because they be rolling on 285, boy. They be rolling.
Yeah. What you said, Hawk. Yeah, I feel like it got to be somebody. See, they look up to somebody. I don't know who they look up to. To be honest with you, when I went out there, I wasn't looking up nobody, just having fun. But it's somebody else out there they look up to, and I feel like if that person got the balls to come to the state patrols or whoever the case may be, the governor, and really like put his name, put a stamp on it, say, hey, let's do it here. Yeah, but other than that,
there's a guy that's doing it. There's a guy that's doing it.
Sure
the same guy that hosted the event a month or so ago, and Morrow, he was on the show 2-3 shows ago, and he's going to continue to do it, and he's going to go to the big cities, you know, with this event, and he has amazing pull. He also got a bunch of money behind him, so that's what it takes. Yeah, but he got a bunch of money behind him. He has his own money.
A lot of people making money off of it.
No.
No.
It was
a free event.
These are free events. Yeah.
No, this was free, completely free. Yeah. So, and he, like I said, he got money, so it ain't even about the money to him. It's about having a safe space, like what you were talking about.
Right.
And he's definitely moving and shaking trying to get it to where it could be a semi-annual or an annual event here in Atlanta and then the other bigger cities also. But he's definitely moving
up.
Yeah. I salute him because sooner or later he gonna run into that wall to the point he gonna have to do it legit.
No, he was doing. He did it legit.
It is legit.
No. This was legit.
It's all legit.
He had the one that was in Morrow. The one that was in Morrow a month or so ago.
He had the governor of Morrow involved.
Not the governor.
The mayor. The mayor of.
He didn't see it. He was too busy doing burnouts and cul-de-sacs. He missed it.
It was huge. It was huge. There were people camping out overnight for this event. But yeah, he's on it.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. See, I don't know that person who you're talking to. I probably do, but really don't know.
No, it's a white guy. It's a rich white guy with a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Oh, see, I don't know him.
Yeah.
See, you got Gwinnett do they little hot stuff, the north side, and then you got the city guys. And I feel like that's why APD don't mess with us no more, or DCAB. They come and then we just, go to Sonic or go to another little spot, go to a gas station, and they don't bother us for like an hour or two. But them Gwinnett boys, like what you just seen, they had that tour, they just did that on that bridge. Oh, they book, wow. Like,
but that was Atlanta.
Who they look up to.
That was the city of Atlanta.
Yeah,
that was right by Piedmont Hospital.
No, he talking about the other one, the incident in Gwinnett County on the bridge.
Oh, okay.
That was a different one.
Yeah, see, Gwinnett, they come to the city. I guess they can't do it out there no more. I guess where they at, they
don't call them up.
The city, and it just messed us up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the same thing, but they more reckless. They more reckless than us.
Exactly.
They out there. They out there. The city. We'll do it, then we'll calm down, go to a gas station, chill, parlay, pull up, nothing. They might sit around, then they go about their business. Them? Nah.
Yeah, the Gwinnett guys are the ones that went out there to the airport, the bridges by the airport, and shut down the thing. And then he went all back to Gwinnett, and they started targeting show cars. And that's when I had the little news thing where I was talking to the congressman, the council member, and we did the news interview out there on
Antonio Brown.
Right. And I was explaining to them that there's a difference and it's visible, but you don't want to see that. All you want to see is something that looks fast and arrested or ticketed or whatever. But, it's one of those things. It's a never ending battle. And as long as we have the renegade, so to speak, it's going to keep happening.
The answer to that question right there, you got to think about it. Atlanta is the hottest. Atlanta right now is viral. With anything you do out here. So, you know what I'm saying? They see us going viral on Instagram and stuff like that. They want to take that fame. They want to bring their talents down and see. Because at one point in time, it was Atlanta versus the north side. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't really work out like that because you had north side people hanging out with the Atlanta people. Then Atlanta people hanging out with north side people. So it didn't go how it's supposed to go, vice versa. Well, no, it's supposed to be versus north side against Atlanta. But it didn't happen like that. So they just want fame. They want to be known. They know the city right now is hot. So they feel like if they could do this and then run back to wherever they from, it's easy on them. But they see what's going on. It's hard as hell to run.
So let's say this. Hold on. But the thing is about that is, why am I going to tear up my house so I can go to your house and tear your house up and go back to my house?
Exactly. Right. And that's exactly what's happening.
And that's exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna go over to you. I'm gonna go over to Skip's house, tear all Skip's shit up, and then go back home to my nice, pretty house.
But see, what caused that is they got ran out of Gwinnett. They started figuring out all of the spots, and they started catching them up. So you know what? Before it gets too hot, let's just go somewhere else and then come back home. And that's why they started coming down here.
Yeah. Like we went to Gwinnett. It was sweet up there. We trying to figure out where they come to our territory. We went up there. We showed out. We stayed up there for like 6 hours. 12. One cop came. One. And didn't even chase us. He just pulled up. And I'm like,
he said, our territory. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but y'all come down to the city and then, you know what I'm saying? You like I said, if you don't know your way around the park, you shouldn't be in the park. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of them getting bammed up. Like that video, bro went across that speed hump too fast. And told him real up.
And he ain't bust that left for that. How you gonna go straight?
Yeah, because
he know where he was at.
I seen another video. He went over those two speed. When he went over that curve, he messed up his rim. And then when he went over those two speed bumps, I guess his control arm went out or whatever, and it went straight. So that's why he couldn't really turn back left. That's why he kept going around in the circle.
Yeah, but he went up on the sidewalk. He went up on the walkway. I'm like, you fool.
He fucked up a $40,000 car.
He panicked. You know, when you out there, you can't panic. Now that 10, you can't panic. That's the little.
That was going to be my next question. So if you're in that same situation and then the cops get behind you as a young black man, are you going to go, stop, run? I mean, what are you going to do?
How they came in, man, what? I'd have been scared of my life. I probably, because that's when you start panicking. Yeah, I'm going to run. But then again, he didn't know he had a bird up top. You know what I'm saying? But
you can hear it.
How you not see that?
No, you can't. When you focus on burnouts, you can't see that.
Yeah, you can't hear it either because you're doing the fucking donuts.
You got other people around there. So, I'm sure somebody looked up and said, "God damn, look at that light."
But the thing about it, Hulk, he's in the car revving his engine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes that bird be so freaking far away, you can't even see what he's doing. You don't even know.
They got serious cameras. They got serious cameras.
Oh yeah,
they got some serious. I watch cops. I watch. Hey, I watch it all. Get that.
But the thing is,
so 1K. You have a great family. You have a mother and a father. You have a supportive. You have a supportive family. Now, how would your parents feel if you got caught up in a situation like this?
She keep telling all your business. You have a mother and a father.
What I'm saying is, unlike a lot of young people, he has both parents that are involved in his everyday life, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Everybody does not have that luxury. Okay. So if you get caught up in one of these scenarios, you know, what do you think they're going to do, and how are they going to react?
I mean, my mom always told me stop doing it. So I feel like if I would have got caught into it, she probably would have came bail me out. But the second time, I'll probably be on my own. You know, they got to be my homies now. Which some of the guys out there, they looking out for their homies, but nah, I don't know. That's a tough one. You know, that's a real tough one.
But here's another way to ask that question, because when I was out there doing wrong in the world, me having one supportive parent that was there for me for everything, I had an old head tell me, say, hey, man, you ever think about how much you're hurting your family by doing what you're doing? Or you're going to think about the pain and embarrassment that they're going to go through when their son is on TV for doing this here, and you're going to be the face of it. Once they catch you and put your face on TV, think about the embarrassment your family going to go through because you wanted to go have fun and you knew it was against the law.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that right there will open your eyes.
Man, fuck my mama.
Gonna be the poster child.
My daddy, they ain't did shit for me. Fuck my mama. Fuck my daddy,
they gonna make somebody the face of this whole movement. Believe you me.
Yeah,
I'm surprised the guy that they called that did BS the other night, they didn't put his face all over TV.
Yeah, somebody gonna be the big Meacher burnouts. Think about that.
I mean, how I feel about that? When you go out there, just like the car show, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, no, I can't say that about the car show. But when you go out there, ain't nobody talking like that. Everybody in their vibe, high, drunk, chilling, you know, with their girls, with their family, doing their own thing. Now, when you come out there and you see wrong, you know, you speak up and you might say certain things to certain people. Some people might listen. Some people be like, oh, you know, ain't nobody hearing that. So it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? I can't really speak on a lot of stuff y'all asking me.
But see, like, I'm asking you this because Miss TJ said you have a very, very supportive family. The first thing out of your mouth, they'll come buy me out. But you're not looking at the picture by saying that. If your face gets plastered over the TV, all of those people that respect your family and respected you before they realize now you're the person that leads the so-called movement of Burnout Kings, because they're gonna put a label on you and it's gonna stick. And then how you think your mom feel when her peers see her say, you know, we had no idea your son was that guy.
Or to go an extra step. You kill somebody or get killed.
Yeah.
We're not going to speak life to that, though.
Well, we're not talking about him per se. We're talking about.
But that actually happened to a member of my car club.
And it happened. It happened on 285 too. Somebody got killed.
Right on Moreland.
Yeah.
My car club is a car audio car club, and he's in prison now, 30 years. He never had no more than a speeding ticket, no criminal history whatsoever. He had the Monte Carlo, the Dale Earnhardt edition Monte Carlo with the supercharger on it. And he got on, we would leave Moreland. We was all on Moreland. He got on Moreland going back towards 285. Going up by the big prison, by the church, by the big church. And a girl in a BMW jumped beside it, and they were racing. They had got up over 100 miles an hour. And that red light right there at Constitution, a girl was turning onto Constitution with her and her 2 kids. And both cars hit that car over 100 miles an hour and killed all 3 of them. The girl in the BMW ended up getting probation. He got 30 years for vehicular homicide and speed. Had never been in trouble in his life.
How?
It's a bunch of BS that went on with it, and I'm not going to put his business out there, but if you look it up, you'll see. He one of my car club members, and we still communicate, as far as the car club and him goes. And he came back to court and got the time cut drastically. But the fact that I've seen people drunk and kill somebody and get county jail time. This guy wasn't drunk. He was just speeding, racing, and ended up killing somebody. And they gave him 30 years. So, it's one of those things.
That's a whole lot to that one.
Yeah, it was a bunch of BS. But, he's good, doing a lot better. But people don't think about those aspects of what they're doing. Like I said, it's fun while you're doing it. But what about the ramifications after the fact? Like I said about your parents, the embarrassment you're going to cause them, or the money they're going to be out of, or the amount of money and time you'll have to use to get a lawyer to defend yourself, and they're still going to look at you like you're guilty because of it could have been your first time doing it. Or
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. Like me, I was doing that when I was 24, 23. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, about 30, around the 30 range, I see it as, I won't say it's dumb, but it could be handled a lot better than what they doing. And I ain't killing nobody. I ain't sitting around for nobody. I can't do it. So as I got older, I started looking at things, and I started buying cars that can do it, but bought luxury cars, and I said, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I go out there and watch it all day long. YouTube, Instagram. Be out there doing it.
You guys, so basically what you're saying is you grew
really
up and got smarter and wiser.
Yeah. Be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right.
So much sense.
I'm
smarter and wiser.
I'm leaning back over there to the ACC lane. I want to come back to a Nation or somebody. Hey, y'all be lit. Now I be seeing y'all be lit, and it just, just like how y'all lead. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. You got some teams that cut off traffic, which they can do that. You know what I'm saying? I was a road captain with Camaro Nation. I cut off traffic. But it's perfect when you got a line or 2 lines leaving, not acting the fool, not doing it. These boys, all on the wrong side of the road, on the curb, in the grass, just acting up, just want to be known, just want to be seen. And I just feel like sometimes, that's the time and the place to do all that. You do that in a big old open parking lot, like Too Fast, Too Furious. Other than that, man, that's how you get accidents and killing people. If everybody just take their time, don't run the red lights, don't run the stop signs, just go as you please to get to the next spot. Everything
That's blasphemy. Don't run a red light. What? Well, I wait for the light to get
English
red.
to a Spanish guy.
I'm trying to tell you. But nah, man. If we could have, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So,
TJ.
are you going to advocate for a little bit more safety from your peers, or are you going to, now that you're a little older, as you said, are you going to be that guy who speaks to younger people and say, hey, man, there's this event called Take It to the Track. Let's do it there instead of doing it out here. Are you going to be that guy now?
Somebody got to start it. Somebody got to lead it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be that guy. I stand up and do it, but still, it ain't gonna happen all in one day.
Of course
it's gonna take time.
But
you got to start somewhere.
You have all these elders who will support you in that effort. You know what I mean? All of us are willing to.
So y'all got me?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But we need you guys. We need you youngsters to take some accountability and take some culpability for what you're doing. We can help you find a space, but we need you to come to that space. We need you to do it there, not in the street.
And see,
Not
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go
And
ahead.
just like you said, if there's this one person that says, hey man, follow this guy, follow that guy, we're going here. This could be the spot that you can sell all that stuff up at. You know what I mean? Once we find that space and everybody's in agreement, hey, we'll come here and have our fun and go home.
Safe.
Is it going to work?
Right. And sometimes it starts off with a flyer.
Perspective. Yeah, I just need the youth. We need their engagement and their participation to push this culture forward, because they need something to do, and that's what we're here for. But we don't get a lot of you guys' perspective. That's why I really wanted to bring you on, and we need more people like you. The younger, the better, honestly.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, because it's a bigger crowd.
And one thing we got to also take into consideration, if we were to get those young people on here, that young attitude, that young thought process is not going to be as evolved as his is. See, he's been out there, but yeah, he's been out there and done it and quote unquote got away with it. He hasn't been arrested. He hasn't had the big accident. He hasn't had to flee from police. You see, but the ones that's actually doing it are not the ones we're going to be able to talk to. It's going to be their friends that say, y'all just don't want us to have no fun. Fuck y'all. You know, y'all boring. Y'all this, y'all that. Y'all don't get it.
Right.
Okay, well, explain it. Y'all just don't get it. You know, there's
the crazy part is, Skip, not to cut you off, but it's like a lot of these people are whipping these cars that their parents paid for.
Of course.
And their parents have no idea that this Scat Pat and all of these vehicles are doing what they're doing.
Shit. I don't believe that. The way if you watch the news, you got to know. Son, my son got one of them, but he okay. It ain't my child. Like,
I don't think that as a parent.
I think they know.
In one case, I don't think his parents know that he was that person because he's never gotten an accident. But as soon as it happens, all of the parents that think their kid is above the law, so to speak.
Yeah.
Hey, come here, Skip. You drive that damn car like that? No, ma'am. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But a lot of times that's when the car culture and these clubs really come into play, because we get to meet these parents and we get to say, hey, I'm a part of the leadership for this organization that your son or your daughter is a part of. We got him. We're going to make sure he's safe. We're going to make sure he's good. Something happened. We got your information. We can reach out to you. You know, a lot of these clubs are really structured with emergency contacts and making sure people got insurance and all this other stuff. And then you got Outlaw Club that really don't give a damn about none of that. You know?
Facts.
Yeah.
Right. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one. Say, man, fuck that little spot they got. It ain't big enough no way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see, so
there it is.
Yeah. I say you right with that. You know, we make a we find a place and I put on a flyer, do it like 2 weeks out, and just start, really, because when I promote it, because I got a big fan base behind me. You know, I got some other
man. This nigga incriminating himself. You ain't promoted nothing, man. You don't promote anything, sir.
Man, stop it, man. Stop it. I try not to because
Lord have mercy.
It's
he ain't never been on TV before. So when I promote the illegal activity, I put the flyer out. I put it on my Instagram page.
I ain't gonna lie, it travels like that. You know what I'm saying? I put whatever you put on that flyer, as long as you put a big old open arena or a parking lot, and we doing it at this time. I kid you not, they're gonna be there before that time starts.
So we'll make sure to connect you with Take It to the Track, so that you can really get people involved in these free events that are completely safe and legal.
Right. Yeah.
How about that?
That'd be a great connection.
I think it'd be real big if we do like ACC, and put them in there too at the track. Summit racing or whatever that'd be dope. That'd be a big crowd.
I'm gonna tell you something. As the president of the ACC, we don't advocate that at all. Period. If I go out there and say, hey man, the ACC is all for what y'all doing. Oh no, because then I'll bring all of the show cars, all of the club cars, and all of the car clubs into that arena, and we won't be no better than y'all. Now, I don't mind Skip helping you and take it to the track, get these places, but saying that the ACC is down with that, no, I will not do that. I'll involve people that don't want nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I don't mind helping. Oh, go ahead.
Help, I'm addicted is a fool.
So what if you catch some of your car members out there with us doing it? How do you feel
Okay,
on that?
watch this. We have bylaws that state it used to be about swerving and doing stuff that's dangerous or detrimental to the car scene. So if, say for instance, you were in my club, just not to throw nobody club on the bus, but say you were part of the Shutdown Boys, and you go out there and you get arrested, or somebody gets you on camera speeding away from a scene where you caused a commotion.
And that
me as the president of the ACC is gonna say, hey, Joe, one of your members did this here, man. You need to go fix that, or we're gonna have to ask you and your club to not be a part of the ACC. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna pull us into that arena when we're not trying to be there. Now, me personally, I hate it that the guys get out there and do it so recklessly. If there's a chance for me to help get y'all a location, I'm all for it. I'll put my face on every flyer in the world. But to say that the ACC is doing it, no. Because then the police say, you know what? We knew they was involved with it the whole time. We're going to target all the cars that's got rims and everything else. No, we can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So the guy would take it to the track. He's a rich guy, very rich. He drives Lamborghinis and all of these supercars. He organizes this stuff. He has all the power that follows him. He has all the money he needs, and he makes the events free. So when he gets, the majority of them, when he gets this place to do, hey man, we got a young guy that has his ear to the ground. We're gonna bring him on and let you talk with him, and then you can get it out there, and then everybody will come together. But to say that the CCOA and the ACC should be on board, we will help, but we won't bring our organizations in because we're not involved in that.
Okay, respect. You know, I just want to hear your side of the story. I like that though. That's a real leadership man right there. I like that.
Well, I appreciate that. All right. Miss Didi said, so the topic, are you fast enough to get away? Where were you guys going with it? Miss Didi, did you just join the whole show?
No, I mean, we haven't come full circle. We haven't. I'm
just messing with her.
And basically, no. You know, no one's
You're not
fast enough to get away with it. You're not.
You cannot run the camera and the radio.
That's the point.
And about 30 police officers. No, you can't.
You can't. When they start bringing these, and that's the other thing. Years ago, it was a time where everybody didn't have helicopters. So I think this incident was at East Point. I think
the one you just showed.
Yeah,
I think so.
That was in East Point. And what county is that?
Clayton.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I think that's Clayton.
That's Clayton.
Okay.
I thought it was Fulton County because
East Point is Fulton, but it's right next door to Clayton, so we don't know where exactly they were.
Because they was getting bonded out of.
If I remember correctly, I don't think Fulton County has helicopters.
Yeah, they do.
They
got. Yeah, they sure the hell do.
I know the cab got two sitting on top of the jail right there off of Memorial Drive.
To my knowledge, the cab was the only one with helicopters.
I don't know about
that was State Patrol pulled up.
Yeah, that was State Patrol that got him though.
No, I'm talking about the helicopter.
We don't know whose it was, but it was a police helicopter.
It sure in the hell was. We know they was getting bonded out of Fulton County because he was in front of the Fulton County jail while they was getting bonded out.
I believe they're picking up more helicopters is what I'm trying to make the point of. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just DeKalb County with helicopters.
That's my thing. They doing donuts in front of the jail. Like,
it's almost like you can't catch me. But that's that young mindset. By the time they get out, I'm gonna be gone.
Yeah, they want to be chased.
So I can go brag, boy. Did you see that? You see them skid marks in front of jail? That was me, dog. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of accolade is that to have? But you know,
I don't know. I think it's a new little culture. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know all them answers, but I be want to know, like.
You consider the old man.
I mean, I feel like,
But we appreciate
you're an old man now.
We appreciate, like Ms. CJ just said, we appreciate you coming on here and giving your insight because you've opened our eyes to a little bit of something we didn't know.
Yep.
You know, so that the actual communication is gonna open up more now that you've come on and you covered your face, which is smart. And we're not trying to throw you out there, you know, so to speak, to make you the face of it. But if we can get more people to voice their opinion, and then we can kind of see it through y'all's eyes, it'll enlighten us, so to speak. Because I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? So you know, I thank you for saying what you said and showing that you've improved. You know, you've grown up, so to speak.
Right.
And the question is, now that the season is pretty much over, you know, we got a few more shows in the next couple of weekends, but you know, what's November going to look like? What's December going to look like when people really ain't got nothing to do? You know,
wait a minute. Look what Miss Deadpool said. What?
It's like it's no season with that. That's how I see it.
Oh my God.
Miss
Deadpool, you crazy.
Go get high.
I mean, sometimes I feel like there's no season with that sliding. It ain't.
No,
they do it all day long.
Because you do that cold or hot
at night, probably.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care. As long as the tires are burning and they sliding, they gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you joining us, sir. We're not gonna give out your Instagram page. I think you've given out too much information, so we're gonna let you roll.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, let me know when y'all next car event. I'm most definitely come through and
every weekend. Every weekend.
It's been a minute.
It's a car show every weekend.
We're gonna link you right back in.
All right, bet.
All right, brother. We appreciate you joining us.
All right, brother.
Good seeing you.
I'll give it up for 1K.
Nice to meet you, man.
Be good.
But say that's some Trump babies just dumb.
This further proves that Miss TJ is not from the streets.
Yeah, you done told that man. You done told everything but the color of his house.
No, I didn't. I did not.
So
do you still, what kind of car he drive?
So do you still have a tattoo on your left arm?
I know you my cousin.
Right.
Yeah, you hold
You're my nephew for real.
Not no more, huh? Not no more.
No,
I was
he's
just
not.
playing.
Are you still a blood? What? Are you still swooping?
You guys just you know, like, so mean to me.
Wait a minute.
And then you
Mark,
just let it go.
Look at what your mama wrong as hell. Look at what your mama wrong as hell.
Hold on, let's see.
It says, would you ever do a female car versus?
He don't like
Top
women.
50.
Oh,
Stop that! Don't do that because they believe you when you say that shit.
He doesn't. Okay, let me clarify. He doesn't think that women have cars that are good enough.
Uh-oh. She wants some smoke tonight.
For real.
She wants smoke.
Oh my God. TJ, you gonna put that narrative out there?
Uh-oh.
God, I'm doing an all-female car show. Your mama wrong as hell. I'm doing an all-female car show October the 31st, Halloween. All-female car show where we want the men to come out and support. We're giving the men $100 for the best dressed male, Halloween theme. The females are getting $100 for the best dressed female Halloween theme. And then the females are also getting $250 for the best dressed themed car along with their costume. But it is an all-female show. So yes, I've done it. Yes, I'm gonna do it. I've done all female shows before in the past. So where Miss TJ got that from, I don't know.
You said it.
I said what?
Ooh.
You said that men and women are equal, and women do not have cars that are as competitive.
I can't take her seriously with that emoji face.
Oh my God, Miss TJ.
You did.
I said that women aren't equal.
Y'all gonna sit here and act like y'all didn't hear that conversation? Hulk? Mister?
That's not exactly what I remember hearing.
Thank you.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm like, Mister. Hold on, Mister.
Right. I'm the one that said that there are women coming out with cars that's gonna kill the scene. So now you're saying that I'm saying women can't compete?
You did say
Miss
that.
TJ, come on.
You did say that, but you don't recall that knockdown drag out argument we had after the show one time about this conversation? We specifically talked about men and women not being
shame
equal.
the devil. Tell the truth.
No, they're not. No, I said that. They are not. They're not looked at that way. But in that same sentence, I said there are women that's killing a lot of these men out there right now. And then I named two women that in the next 2 to 3 shows are going to come out and kill the game. And they have.
It wasn't in that conversation. You said that. You said that later. In that conversation, you said that women and men are not equal, and that women
in the car world are not.
Yes, and I told you it was a numbers thing. You can't say men and women aren't equal. It's just that there are many more men.
Exactly.
Many more men. So it's statistically speaking, men are in your opinion, have better cars. But you didn't agree with me that night. No, you did not. Y'all gonna sit here and say he said that he agreed with me that night.
Why are you trying to get us to get in that? We ain't getting in that shit. Y'all go ahead.
Oh my God.
We ain't getting in that.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
And Jay
I
on
said
30,
that they're not
I'm not a
equal
snitch.
in the car.
I'm not a snitch. Jay on 30 said, no, I'm snitching behind the scenes.
Oh my God. No, but listen to what I'm saying. I said they're not equal on the car scene. Let's get that part straight. And then you said statistically, they're not.
Right.
And I I said that.
That's
they're not equal.
In from men. That's when they count most female trophies and the male trophies.
Yeah, we were arguing about why should it be a best female and the best male.
Yeah,
and I said that women can't compete with the men. Correct, Tia?
But when I asked that question in the beginning of that whole thing, y'all looked at me like I was crazy. I said, "Are men and women equal?" And y'all was like, "Oh, I would ask something like that."
That's why we circled back to it. That's why we circled back to it after the show, and we had that whole discussion where he said women are not equal.
Yeah, but Tia, you're broadening it though. You're making it sound like I'm talking about period. We're talking about car show. They were not considered equal. And then I piggybacked off that by saying you got people like Miss Hemi that have come so far that her car has won Best in Show over men at the Camaro Nation show. She won Best in Show overall. Huh?
But that wasn't in that conversation. You said that in a separate occasion, which is fine.
Okay. All right. Well, but you telling people I don't like women. That's so far from the truth. That's the wrong narrative to throw out there like that. I don't,
he likes women. I'm sorry. He likes women.
Shut up! I think he was married to a woman, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
He was?
Wasn't he?
Well, he's married to a woman, ain't he?
Okay.
What the fuck?
I just saw.
What?
What happened in an hour and 53 minutes?
I'm thinking he loved women.
Oh, Jesus. No.
All right. I think that should do it for this show. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm playing every sound effect I got.
Take that keyboard from him.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh my God.
That gotcha is the best one.
That is the best one.
Gotcha, bitch.
I
Good
want you to
stuff.
find that one from that guy that be saying
Oh, yeah. Old dude from The Wire.
Yeah, man. You get that one.
Hey, y'all. Good show. Usually we have a little post-production, but let's kind of give them a little bit of that. So if we were not live, what would we be saying right now? We would be saying, how was this show? So Hope, go.
I said nothing.
You ain't saying nothing?
I can tell you.
Go
I
ahead,
can
Mr.
tell
Vic.
the audience what they'd be saying. They'd be like, "Damn, why you have to say where that man used to live and what kind of car he has?"
Yes, we will be going in on her right now for 20 minutes. Like, what?
That he your family. He got a mom and a daddy, and he used to drive a V6.
Right.
He used to be part of Camaro Nation. He got an Infinity now. I mean, you told it. You told it. Now I don't know if all that's true.
I didn't do that. Sorry.
You ain't said none of that stuff I just said.
Thank God she pretty.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
No.
But anyway, we gonna get up out of here. There's a lot of announcements that we are going to make. When, Miss TJ?
No time
We're
soon.
gonna make it. No time. We're not gonna make announcements. Okay, so we're not gonna make some announcements. But there's some things in the pipeline that we're very excited about to share with you all, and we think you're going to like it. So yeah, good episode every Thursday 9 o'clock.
Hey,
please share, like the video.
Do you want to talk about the raffle?
Yes, we are going to raffle. We're thinking a set of tires, and we're trying to drive some subscription. we're trying to hit the lucky number of 1,000. So if you tell a friend to subscribe, but we are going to do an official raffle starting next week's episode, and we'll have all of the details. We'll put a flyer up on what you need to do in order to win this prize. And we're thinking it's going to be a nice set of tires or something like that, something pretty cool. And all you have to do is some simple things, follow some instructions, and then prove to us that you did it, and then you'll go into the raffle to win the thing. So if you haven't already done some of those things, do them now, and you'll still qualify. And it will be some additional things you have to do when we actually announce the raffle. Go ahead, Skip.
I say, and to piggyback off of that about the raffle thing, I think that every subscriber should have their name dropped in.
Absolutely.
Like their name written on a ticket since they've already subscribed. Because if they're already here, it's going to be harder for them to do it than a new person to bring some people with them.
Well, that's why it's going to be additional things to do.
Okay, yeah,
got your current. You're going to have to like a certain video. You're going to have to follow us on Instagram or maybe follow us on TikTok. Yada yada yada. You do all of those things, then you qualify for the raffle.
Gotcha. Yeah,
it's going to be nice. Jay, I might need to hit you up on those actual tire purchases or whatever, because I know you plugged in.
And one thing too, I want to thank Nighthawk for coming on.
Yes,
1K for coming
on.
All of our guests, and then all of the questions and the responses that we got from the audience, man. We really appreciate y'all. Don't want y'all to think we overlooked some of the questions, but when we get in the heat of the show, it's like we're glancing and we're trying to keep the conversation going. So thank y'all for y'all.
And all of the people that don't comment but they watch, we appreciate y'all too. Straight up.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't say one word in the chat and you're just enjoying the content, appreciate you. Salute. We do this for the culture. We do this to give people their flowers and give people a voice that don't have a voice, and give people their roses while they're still here, and celebrate people in the culture, in car culture, and celebrating what we all love and enjoy.
And let's not forget all those car clubs that were in the building tonight.
Oh yeah, too many to name almost.
a lot of people from the CCOA was here. I saw Millie. I saw
shout out to Millie.
All about their life. And then of course, Jay on 30s and
Aces High Car Club.
Yeah, Miss Deadpool. Everybody, all y'all. Your mama wrong as hell.
And if you go deep,
Joy Riders from Augusta.
If you go back to season 1, you'll see a lot of good content from season 1. We had a lot of good episodes in season 1, so go back and check all that stuff out. Y'all get shout out to that. Yeah, it was good seeing Joy Riders from Augusta. Dope. Any final thoughts?
Prayers, real quick. Final thought from me. Again, thank you guys for tuning in and listening and responding and everything. We're going to add a 5-minute segment on this show in the future. It's going to be called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of the past weekend's events. I forgot about that. Now, whether we attend the show, whether I judge the show, but if there's a car show and one of us 4 or somebody in the audience, the viewership, has seen it, we're going to ask the question, what was the good and the bad and the ugly about that show? What you like, didn't like, or whatever. And it's going to be something to highlight what happened at those shows, to like drum up movement for the next shows or whatever. But it's right now, to put it out there, it's not going to be about hate.
Bashing.
We're just going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in the best light possible. So y'all can prepare for that.
And real quick, don't forget, we did kind of talk shit about the payment of the categories, but KO's first anniversary car show is this Saturday, October 23rd. It's going to be DJed by DJ Zealous. If you didn't know, that's Saw Camaro 13, 30 trophies, $15 per category, 2 for $20. 2 for $20 sounds like a good deal.
Also, Mopar No Car is going on in way up there in North Georgia. I can't even think of the place now. Woodstock. At the Woodstock Dodge dealership. They have already secured the whole lot. The Dodge dealership is part of the sponsorship of it. It is being hosted by what's the name of the car club? I forgot. I just told y'all about it. The Scat Pack. The Scat Pack Car Club. The name of the show is Mopar No Car, and it's in Woodstock this weekend from I think 4 to 7 or.
That's Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
That's Saturday. And then Sunday, Keys to the Street Car and Bike Show. That's October 24th That's at the Headhunters Dragway, 222 Milledgeville Road, Georgia, 31024. That's one of those Jackson Entertainment shows because it's got his truck on there. Check that one out.
Level Up has one on Friday.
Level Up, yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Friday, October 22nd. That's tomorrow, 9 p.m. sharp. All car clubs and solo riders welcome. Music by DJ Tiny Tim. Trophies include Most Rep Club, Crunkers Club, Farthest Travel. And here's the thing, Skip, explain what Crunkers Club means at one of these type of events.
At an anniversary party, a sports bar, or any kind of gathering where we're inside and it's a bar area or party area.
Because they say we don't teach them nothing. We don't tell them what the rules is.
How the Crunkers Club goes, it could be 2 people or it could be 30 people. If I'm there hosting it or have a mic, I'm going to say, hey, man, I'll start calling you clubs out, giving y'all recognition. And when I call y'all's name, y'all need to make noise to show people that you're number one, you're happy to be here and you're trying to win this award. And you're celebrating or partying with the people that's throwing the show. So how it works is I'll say, hey, it's Corral Nation in the house. And
we here.
I'll say the same thing about Impala Nation or Highway Hogging or whoever. And the Crunkers Club is a club that makes a lot of noise and just shows enthusiasm.
And they usually have some sort of chant. Yeah,
right.
They usually
have a cheer. Highway Hogging has a whole goddamn song. Impala Nation got a whole song, but it's just about having fun and letting the people know that actually through the party or anniversary or gathering that, hey, man, they have fun when they come out. And that's what Crunkers means. It's not about the one person that's always dancing or whatever. It's about the club as a whole.
Yep. So that's a good one. They also have Farthest Travel, Milan's Choice, and it's only $5 to get in. Security will be on site. Come check it out. That's at Milan's Lounge.
Is there a spectator fee for the KO show?
$10, wasn't it?
I didn't see anything on here about spectator. I don't know. That's a good question.
We
probably it's got to be. No, if you're paying $15 per category and 2 for $20, then it's got to be. Every time I see 2 for $20, I just think I'm either gonna get a DVD or some weed. That's all I'm thinking about. Or some CDs or something. Hey, man, I got a 2 for 20. 2 for 20.
$10 each, you can get 2 for 20. Right. That ain't no damn deal.
And then you got to think about it like, wait a minute, man, what did you just do? But anyway, I shouldn't have to think. Anyway, all right, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we ain't gonna play no music. We just gonna end this thing. We see y'all next week, sharp 9:00 p.m. every Thursday. We'll holler back.